All right, boys and girls, welcome back to another episode. Thanks so much for joining me on this ride. I hope everybody's doing good and happy Thursday. So today I don't have a real set plan on where I wanted to go. It's a little windy today, so I'm kind of avoiding the high winds up in the hills. So I figured let's go ahead and just ride around town. I got a really interesting topic I'd like to throw down today. So yeah, let's go ahead and do it. Cue edit. There's a big truck next to me. I'm really hungry actually. I haven't had anything to eat. I should have ate before I left. Making sure my mic is on. I always forget to turn my mic on. So I do actually, when I record on two separate devices. I record on my old Samsung phone for my dialogue, and then I record the video on my GoPro. This actually helps me balance out noise, you know, so I could give you some of that engine noise, some of the more environmental noise, and then get you a clear audio from inside my helmet. So that really helps out a lot. I could get the adapter for the GoPro, but I really need to just make sure that the GoPro is plugged into my power pack so it could record for longer periods. I can't do that with the mic adapter taking up the USB-C spot. Very windy today. I feel like the wind is going to really drown out my audio, but the mic that I'm using is actually really good. It's actually a condenser mic, and it's a battery powered, so it really kind of helps with isolating voice sounds more so than environmental sounds. So let's go ahead and ride into Brentwood, and then I will start my little topic here. And the topic today is going to be electric motorcycles. And my question, I have a little list of questions here, is really, would I buy an electric motorcycle? That's the main question today. So yeah, let's go ahead and take a quick trip down to this Brentwood, and I'll go ahead and get into that. So with that said, would I buy a electric motorcycle? You know, it's kind of hard to think about myself on an electric bike because one, I love gas powered bikes, but I think the truth is that no matter how you see it, whether it's electric or gas powered, the physics of a motorcycle doesn't really change. You're still on two wheels. All the input still apply. And you know, I've ridden electric bikes and electric scooters before. They're fun, you know, but for me right now, the way that they make sense is really inner city riding, short distances, and you know, kind of point A to point B within like 15 minutes of each other. That being said, I don't do a lot of that kind of riding. I'm an adventure rider. I like to go 300-400 miles out, and you know, really kind of just test the limits of my motorcycle. Now, California did put out a bill that's supposed to end the sale of gas-powered vehicles by 2035. I don't know if that includes motorcycles. I'll have to take a look. If you know, go ahead, write it down in the comments below. But you know, as I'm learning, you know, the new bills and really what the state wants to do with electric vehicles, it really just kind of dawns on me that, you know, maybe I should prepare to transition into an electric bike. I'm not against having an electric bike. I think it does make sense, you know, economically and environmentally, but I know a lot of people will say otherwise. You know, I think it would be nice to, you know, have an electric bike and commute around town and not, you know, be burning up from the engine heat. I mean, don't get me wrong, I love riding, you know, gas powered bikes. I love working on them. That's, you know, one of the reasons why I got into them. But more importantly is I got into them because riding a motorcycle is a skill set that, you know, not many people can do. I mean, I think it is a very special group of people who really get into motorcycling, and it's just something that you could share with your experiences, really relate to other people's experiences when they have a story to tell. But I don't think those stories are going to change whether it's gas or electric. I think what does change is where you go with gas, how you can go with gas and electric. As you know, right now we have the range for gas, and what kind of deters me from getting a EV bike is range. Where I like to go, I probably see maybe 1 or 2 gas stations along the way. So how could I possibly do that on a bike that's powered, by electric? I think if gas stations start converting, some of their ports into charging ports, which I think they're already doing, not just in inner city, but out there, like really rural, like it's isolated areas, then yeah, I would trust bringing an electric motorcycle out into the yonder. A fallacy. I don't want to create a problem in my head that doesn't exist. My family owns electric vehicles and they operate fine, but they don't go. I haven't really seen them do a lot of driving, like road trips with them. But for what they use it for, it fits. For what I would like to use my bike for, I don't know if it fits right now. I don't know if that range issue is going to be something that really kind of takes me, kind of makes me step back a little bit. And frankly, it's just a waiting game. I don't think it's a matter of I won't ever buy an EV motorcycle. I think it's just I just want to wait for the right time to buy it. I mean, it's not really like a problem. I'm gonna have this bike for as long as it will let me have it. I'm gonna work on it for as long as it'll let me work on it. And more than likely, I'm still going to rescue, older used bikes to wrench on. And as long as there's gas still available to put in them, I will definitely be, on a motorcycle that has an internal combustion engine. But until the day that EV bikes become more efficient for me in terms of range and just that usability, I've seen EV sport bikes. I haven't really seen an EV tour bike yet. So, and for me, EV tour bike is going to be more palatable for me. I know this is probably going to be heavy as hell, but hopefully it's heavy because it has a larger battery and has a range of at least 200 miles. And hopefully by the time that comes out, charging stations will be a lot faster, they'll be more efficient. So I think we're just gonna have to see. But I'd like to hear everybody else's opinion on electric bikes. I know I've seen a lot of comments in other YouTube channels. I'm probably going to get all the same ones too. EV bike isn't for me, electric cars aren't for me, and that's fine. It's not for everybody. But the thing is that you shouldn't have to really knock it down. It's not really a problem that's yours. I mean, if you don't own an electric vehicle, then it's really not your problem. And that's the thing. And if you say, well, the state is making it my problem because they're imposing this new ordinance where I have to buy, or I won't be able to buy anything else but an electric vehicle. Well, you honestly have like 10 years to prepare for that. It's not happening right now. What you can do right now, I think, or what I can do, we all can do right now, is we could enjoy the vehicles that we do have. We could maintain the vehicles that we do have. We could wrench on the vehicles that we do have, and just live in the moment. I don't know if ICE bikes are going to be a thing of the past. What I think might happen would be, they're going to dip out, and then environment's going to get a little bit better, and then maybe slowly they're going to bring it back. Or they're going to find, or they're going to just invent new ways to kind of blend the two. And I really hope that more manufacturers consider hybrid motorcycles versus just electric, or just, you know, obviously internal combustion. But I think that's going to be a really big play for Kawasaki to really get their ball rolling. I know Honda is planning to release their fleet of EV bikes in 2025. They haven't announced what the models are, what they do, or, you know, who it's really used for or made for. But I assume it's going to be all the same. What is that? Ooh, there's metal on the road. I would go pick it up, but my helmet's kind of connected to my audio. Yeah, right now my fuel average is 51.5 miles per gallon. That's pretty dope. I really like that. Look at all this farmland right here. Soon that's gonna probably be like all corn by next year, or I don't know what they're planning on planting right now, but it's ever changing. Got this big ass tractor kicking up a lot of dust. Look at that. Day today. I should go hit up the twisties, but man, maybe this weekend. Hopefully the wind will die down. It's, I mean, like when I say it's windy, it's like gusting like good 15 miles per hour, and that on a highway is, you know, especially on this bike, never fun. If I can avoid it, I will. What are you doing? Oh, you're turning. Just got flattened by a bus. It's alright. Alright guys, well that's going to do it for today's episode. Thanks so much for joining me on this ride. If you haven't yet, please consider subscribing to my channel. Also, you can follow me on my social media. I have Instagram and I just started a new TikTok, so there are the links. You could also get them in the upper right corner of my page. Later. That's going to do it for today's episode. Thanks so much for going on a ride with me. If you haven't yet, consider subscribing to my channel or follow me on Instagram at AndyandKelly_moto. Later.